Last time on RPG, you guys were trapped in the dungeon of Bright Manor when you were on a mission to, quote, mess the place up for the Arcana class.
I feel like that
It was a success.
was accomplished.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, and after a daring and very well thought out escape, you guys eventually found yourself face to face with not only the Lord of the Castle, Lord Bright, but also the shadowy robed figure that Pikachu met in Connington back in the last adventure that he had, who proceeded to turn Lord Bright into kind of a void abomination that you guys fought off for a while to little effect until Larry the Lobster made a heroic sacrifice to weaken the monster enough for him to be killed. Which unfortunately also killed Larry in the process.
Larry the Loster.
Something like that.
And afterwards, you guys, in a fit of rage, burned down the entire manor and threatened the person who originally drove you there to drive you back into the city.
I wonder how the guests were.
Their fate is unknown, but it's probably not looking great for them.
They're like waiting for food. It smells really smoky in that kitchen.
But anyway, I'm gonna say that we're gonna pick up with this sort of a wagon, pulling back into the city, roughly in the sort of like stable holding area where you guys sort of left off. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of the action, Card Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
What's the little workout that you did on the way to the city? Hey
What?
man, it's your ultimate.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it at the end of last session.
He does some yoga, so I get +2 base dodge,
Okay.
and I shall change that to a flex. And I have that for the whole. I have that for the whole session, right? Like when my dodge refreshes, I get 4 instead
we
of
all
2.
bucked full health.
I assume we're
Yeah,
on
you
the
guys are
cart
definitely
for a while.
back to full health. It's a pretty long carriage ride.
There might have still been some lobster carcasses.
You guys are like eating them. I'm like, nah, it's too soon.
You guys were eating fucking live lobsters?
Yeah, we were boiling them in
No.
the back of the cart. Makes sense, right?
Something like that.
I gotta fucking open the.
Somebody give me intelligent
Oh, there it is.
survival to see if you were able to rig up something to cook live lobsters in the back of the cart.
I do, but I ain't eating lobster.
I don't have any survival.
I mean, neither do I, but I could help this. There you go. There you
Also,
We're
for some
cooking.
reason, I don't remember
One
how we
second.
made.
Don't put your cards back yet because I'm feeding soot, so I'm not at my computer.
I don't remember how we fucking made that decision last game, but for some reason I'm the anti-Joker, and
Well, because I was already it.
He
You
learns
hadn't
the
been the
value of it.
anti-Joker for a while.
I think the thought process was you learned the value of the anti-Joker after you guys used it super early to kill a guy and then blew yourselves up.
yeah, I do now know the value.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 successes. You guys are fucking chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown.
Are these Chinese lobsters?
I was really hoping someone knew that song. I'm not gonna post it in the middle of the session, but I'll post it afterwards. The really dumb racist song some fucking white woman sung in front of a bunch of office people, and it's really fucking cringe.
I want to see it now, damn.
I'll post it after. I'll post it after the session. All right. So the wagon kind of like hitches its way back into the. It makes
Hey,
its way
wait,
into
did I cook the thing?
You did.
What?
You said you did.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 2 successes. So the wagon pulls into the stable, and the driver very sort of like hurriedly just sort of jumps off and kind of ties everything up and just kind of goes to the back and is very sheepishly like, okay, we're here.
Thank you, but
Thanks.
also remember the second part of our deal. You'll be out of this. You leave the capital before nightfall, and you don't
Yeah,
talk to
gotcha,
anyone
gotcha.
about what you saw.
You
Don't
also
mention-
owe us for sparing you.
No, he doesn't.
Yes.
No,
Yes, he does.
you don't.
Well,
Give me charm persuasion. Or actually no, actually this is like intimidation. You're intimidating him, so give me presence persuasion.
Who, me or him?
You're still going by captain, right?
sure. I technically haven't changed that yet.
Yeah.
And I'm healthy.
Yeah, it's your flip for presence persuasion.
Can I do a presence persuasion against this?
Sure.
Oh, well, whatever.
I'm gonna say one success. He kind of like he sort of freezes for a second and then sort of like he just sort of like pulls some coins out of his pocket and tries to hand them to you and kind of drops them on the ground and then it's just kind of like,
That'll
I'm
do.
just gonna get going now.
So no, okay. Yeah. Cardtrapper's gonna let him like walk back to the front. Cardtrapper's gonna follow him. He's going to give him a couple of Lord Bright's rings that he looted off him and say, "I apologize for my cohorts here. Pawn these off in the next town you arrive in, and certainly, hopefully, that will make up for what you were extorted out of."
As captain here is attempting to just pick up all the coins you can find.
You pick up like 10 silver. He basically just grabbed whatever was in his pockets and just sort of like essentially threw them on the ground.
But yeah, Cardsharp hands him 2 nice looking rings. I just put like Lord Bright loot. I assume he at least had like a bunch of rings on his fingers, and Cardsharp gives the driver a couple for his trouble.
Let's say he had 5 rings.
Cardsharp gives him 2 and tells him to pawn it off in the next town.
He sort of like takes them and just sort of has like a confused look on his face, like still obviously terrified of you, and just sort of goes, thank you. All right.
You shouldn't let yourself be pushed around too much. And Cardsharp gives a joking like pat on the shoulder before leaving.
Give me brawn empathy for a reassuring pat on the back.
I have 0 empathy. Huzzah! That's so different from Moon Blitz. 1 success.
I was waiting for the Joker where he just fucking punched the shit out of this guy.
Don't be pushed around so. Don't. Anyways, 1 success, Dingle.
He looks maybe like he looks maybe like 1% more calm.
Also, just a out of character note, I'm gonna take 1 off the funnies for Larry stuff.
That's fair.
Understandable.
That's fair.
And So as you guys are sort of doing this, a couple of city guards approach you and just are sort of like, "Hello there, folks."
Hello,
What seems to
gentlemen.
be the problem, officer?
Greetings.
Oh no problems. Just a no problems. Just a routine check. Where you guys coming from?
The sewers.
Give me charmer, presence, and lying.
Okay, 1 second. Let me. Didn't open my character sheet. Fuck.
You always open your character sheet.
Yeah, usually it's open. Well, what was it again?
Charmer, presence, and lying. I'm not sure which one.
Okay. 2 cards.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure which one. So you can use whichever one's better.
And
for
you're
you.
healthy. And you're healthy.
I did do that. I pulled a healthy
okay.
one. I use a hero point, dude. Ooh, I use a little bit of drive. We'll use a little bit more. Maybe just one more. Oh, okay.
You have 1 drive left. I'll fix that for you.
Oh,
Jeez.
he has 3 left, doesn't he? Used
No,
two
I just
drive.
used.
He used 4.
Oh,
I just used
Oh,
4,
I
yeah.
thought one of those was your hero point.
It was
No.
one of those like things from a sitcom
See-
where it kind of just keeps going and going until it finds the finish line.
Yeah, I see. So 1, 2 normal, 2 for the hero, and then 4 drive.
Hero. Yeah, and then the rest are drives.
All right. I
This isn't even a
shouldn't
good
do
lie.
this. I shouldn't do this, but Brown used all of his hero points. Brown used a hero point and almost all of his drive to fucking do this fucking stinker of a lie. Does anyone want to help him out?
Card Sharp will try. What is it?
Yeah, I'll.
It's a charm or presence plus lying.
Yeah, maybe
I
let.
have lying. Do you have
maybe
lying,
like-
Captain?
Yeah, maybe let Captain get in here.
And I'm healthy.
What?
2 more successes. All right, Dingle, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Oh yes, by sewer you meant port of seawater, right?
You're not talking. You're
you sort of like you Card Sharp, you step in and you go, what he meant to say was, we were doing some work on the sewers in the next town over, which is and now we're back. The guard just kind of like is a little bit like unsure of you, and is just like,
What? You've never seen Night Soilmen before?
Please shut the fuck up, Thorpen.
Well, where exactly did you guys get off on a different wagon or something then? Because our reports say that this one was actually heading over to one Lord Bright's manor, is what the.
I mean, officer, you think, does this cart smell like it's been near a sewer? How could we, we're,
You know what? Now that you mention it, no, it doesn't at all.
exactly. That's what I'm
You guys-
saying, officer. We were nowhere near this cart.
Okay, okay. Now that's the lying flip.
Sniff us.
Now that's another lying flip. Give me another presence or charm lying.
I'll just use the rest of it. Why not, dude?
Fuck.
Wait.
You flipped one of mine.
Oh shit, my bad.
Nah, that's good.
Okay,
Just
well
keep it.
that's
Yeah.
my last hero point and the rest of my drive.
All right. Well, also, please don't put your card onto Pikachu's deck, because if you put a Joker on there, that means he has 3 Jokers in his deck now.
Nah,
No,
fuck
yeah,
it, reball.
Keep it real.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 successes. He just goes, "Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess I can't really argue with that logic."
I'm way too stinky, officer. Just saying. I mean, night soilman work, it's not the cleanest in the biz.
So he sort of turns back to the cart operator and just goes, "Well, now that we've cleared up these lot, I suppose you're the only one who was driving this cart. Are you aware that there was an attack on that lord's manor recently?" And the guy just kind of like freezes up for a second, and he's just like, an attack? Uh, I wouldn't have known, you know. I just did my delivery and came right back here. Holy fuck, he critted.
Nice. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
Based.
We should probably put the crit
Yeah,
text
I'm
on.
gonna give it. I'm gonna give it that now.
Oh man, I totally have not been factoring in enemy crits in the last couple of fights. I got to remember that. And the guard just kind of like squints his eyes and is just like, "Fuck. I mean, I guess this is a dead end. We'll have to send." He turns to his other guard and he says, "We'll have to send some more people over to that manor, try and sift through the remains to see if we can find anything unusual. Sorry for taking
Best
up
of
your
luck.
time. Sorry for taking up your time, gentlemen."
As you were.
And they just kind of like they just sort of leave, and the guy, the cart driver just goes, "Okay, all right, I'm out of here for real this time."
You've done well. Please, again, treat yourself once you get to the next town.
Dude, I took all his money.
Shut up.
Yeah, will do.
Well, I guess we got another sewer to maintain here. Wink.
All right. So with that all settled, you guys are just kind of now just sort of you guys are sort of like standing in the middle of this sort of like just sort of busy, but you know, not it's a sort of just like there's just a lot of different carts just coming in and out, unloading, like loading. And the last thing, and sort of like the last thing you guys remember from when you were in town, or I guess not really the last thing, but the most recent thing you remember was that you know, you were out of town in the first place doing a job for the Arcana class, which, given the state of the manor, is most certainly complete.
I suppose we should go report our progress.
Back to the sewers. I guess we start going back to the
Card Trip
sewers.
just kind of grumbles because he doesn't like the sewers.
Yeah, where is the nearest sewer?
Guess it's near the pub or the bar where we just went. Or
Yeah, the closest one you know of is by the Thirsty Goblin. And I'm gonna say that you guys sort of make your way over there and approach a sewer that a sort of like sewer manhole that's like seems to have been closed again. Or actually, wait a minute. Was it closed, or did Card Sharp break it last time?
What?
You definitely did something fancy to open the sewer grate, to open the
I think
sewer
it went
manhole.
flying in the distance, didn't it? I
Oh,
can't
then
remember.
yeah, it might still be open.
Yeah, I think actually the way Card Sharp opened it, it's still open. So ignore that.
Somebody could fall in there.
There's like a makeshift sign put up. Like, watch your step.
There's just like a little sign with a man falling down a hole crudely painted on it.
What's this sign mean? Whoa!
All right, right, so you guys climb down, and now I don't know who they gave it to, but one of you, I believe, has like one of those scrolls that the other guys, that the Arcanoclast guys had on them.
I think
Was
did
it Thorn?
Was it
did
me?
Thorfinn keep it, or did Card Sharp stuff it in his coat?
I think it was Card Sharp that grabbed
Oh,
it.
yeah, one of the two. I'm guessing it's Card Sharp thing because you don't know about it.
Card Sharp does the thing, I guess,
Card Sharp does the thing. Nice.
to light up the arrows or whatever.
Give me a quick intelligence and arcana to remember what the remember what the sort of symbol they drew on the scroll to activate it was.
Okay, well I don't have any Arcana, but I am intelligent.
Nice.
Okay.
You are.
I'm wasting all my good rolls. I don't like that.
Don't worry about it.
Fine.
You could at least make it
You
fancy, I
paid
guess.
you paid plenty of attention to when they were doing it before, and you just kind of like pull it out and just in like one very swift motion with your finger just sort of etch the symbol out onto it. And soon all of you, after like a sort of like a quick flash of light, all of you can see the arrows again, which you promptly follow back into the Arcanoclast base.
Sweet.
Based Arcanoclast.
We're not that based.
They're pretty based.
Yeah.
I give them like a 6 out of 10 on the base meter at least. Minimum.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you guys make your way in. And you just sort of see a bunch of Arcanoclasts just like milling about. They're like drinking and like there's some people drinking. There's some people just throwing spells at each other. It's just the general disorderly conduct from last time.
Shit, I'm trying to remember what the boss's name was.
I forget too.
I believe it was Raz, is what they
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we getting an NPC sheet?
Yeah, I need to update it.
Yeah.
You can see Raz. You see Raz off in the corner with the. I believe I named her Morelia, the second in command. Is just sort of like
sounds right.
is just sort of like attending to his. Is just sort of like tending to like some sort of like wound on his shoulder with spirit magic.
Yo, Raz!
Oh hey, what's up, man? And he sort of stands up and sort of like disrupts whatever spells you were channeling, and just like a jet of blood shoots out of his shoulder. Oh fuck, that's not good.
What happened, dude?
Ah, got into a scrape with some fucking dick-ass guards. No big deal though. Morelia can fix fucking anything. And he makes a very exaggerated motion with his arms that caused another jet of blood to spurt out. And she just sort of like hurries over, like bringing over like the stool he was sitting on, and sort of motions him back down. Just goes, I can heal you if you stay still for once. And she just kind of like gets back to work while Raz addresses you. So what's up, dudes?
Yo, we just got done fucking up that manor, dude.
Speaking of the guards, they're all in a fucking panic over what
We've done
did
as
to that
you
place.
asked.
Hey, Raz, how good is Morelia?
Aw, dude, she's killer. She's the best spirit mage I've ever met. Granted, I've only met the one, but hey, man, she's always patching me up.
It looks
Hey.
like she She put in some good work.
Do you think she can help me out? I've got a little problem.
Morelia just sort of like she sort of like is able. She completes her spell mostly, and just sort of turns to you and just goes, I mean, yeah, it's kind of one of my jobs to patch up Arcana class. So, what's going on?
Well, I kind of inducted an honorary member. He doesn't necessarily have his robe yet, but he was badly hurt in a fight at the manor. You think you could resurrect a lobster?
Oh,
I pull out his mangled body from my bag.
she sort of like
I start tearing up.
she looks at the lobster, and then she looks at you and sort of like shoots you like at first like a very confused look. It kind of becomes more concerned as she sees your reaction to the dead lobster.
He's the only reason we made it out alive.
You saved us all. Larry!
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Card Trapper's gonna go sit
I
down
hand her-
on a nearby table.
Yeah, I just hand her Larry's lifeless corpse.
Dingle, can Card Sharp examine the amulet on Lord Bright's medallion?
Yeah, sure.
Can he take the pommel of his dagger and try and smash into it to see what kind of gem it is? Like, if it's like real or fake or whatever. Something interesting happens if he hits it hard enough.
That's bad.
Yeah, I mean, with a brawn melee, yeah, you can smash the shit out of this amulet.
2 successes. He's just wondering if something if like it's magical in any way or if it'll react.
You just sort of like you bash the hell out of it with the point of your dagger, and it causes like the it causes like the sort of like dark purple gem to kind of like fall out of it.
Does he get any kind of feeling from it, like a void sort of vibe or anything?
Give me a Void Arcana to examine it, like to examine if it's to examine its like magical properties in relation to void magic.
I'm going to use a hero point. Oh, a critical hit and a joker.
Powerful hero point.
The classic Kroger.
This is a strong ass hero point.
I
So
mean,
that's
Dingle,
what-
Dingle,
that's
we
what,
got
three
some stuff planned, so if you want to like do something, go ahead. I'm specifically wanting something to happen, so.
I'm gonna say let's hold on to something specific happening for a while. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say
No,
You-
not that.
you-
I just mean in general.
I
Not
know,
that,
I
not
know.
what we talked about.
I've got an idea for that. I've got an idea for that Joker.
I don't like it when you hold on to it for too long, because then I forget about it.
That's part of why I like to hold on to them.
Well,
Uh,
don't be too harsh on it, please.
I'm gonna say for the time being, you sort of examine it, and as you kind of try and like use your own sort of inherent like void magic that you channel to sort of examine this one, you just feel it's hard. It would be hard for you to even describe to the others if you wish to. It's almost as if like a jolt of electricity goes through you, but it's cold. It doesn't hurt you at all, but it's a very strange, very unnatural feeling. You can tell that this is you can tell that whatever this is like it's essentially like almost like pure crystallized void, and like not the stuff the masks are made out of that's mostly inert until it's activated. This is just sort of like it's almost as if someone took a void magic spell and like turned it into a crystal.
Card Sharp will pocket the crystal,
All right.
and
I'm gonna say you can add void crystal to your useful item to your non-useful items, but take out the medallion, because that's
Okay.
the medallion outside of the crystal was pretty broken by your 2 success fucking haymaker.
yeah, Card Sharp just leaves it on the table for someone else to clean up.
So as you kind of I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back now to Morelia.
Sorry for interrupting, by the way.
No, it's fine. We can say this was. I mean, that was happening sort of concurrently. We can say, as she sort of has the she has the body of Larry in her hands, and she kind of like starts like, and Larry's dead body kind of becomes like enveloped in in like a white glow as she uses like a spirit magic spell on him, and she sort of like she's holding him for a moment, and then kind of like a very sort of like confused look goes on her face, and she sort of amplifies the power of the spell a little bit. And after a few moments of that, she kind of like she lets up, and she kind of like is just sort of like very slightly like labored breathing, just like very bizarre.
What's
I
wrong,
don't-
Doc?
Well, I just normally normally for a creature this size, it would be pretty easy to, make a connection to its soul, I guess. But I'm not getting anything from this. If you don't, it might be a sore subject, but how exactly did Larry, was it?
Yes, Larry.
How exactly did Larry die? If you don't mind my asking,
Well, basically he body slammed a void magic creature very thoroughly, fucked it up really bad, and he was enveloped into this, whatever Lord Bright, I think was the person. He put on some sort of strange mask. He turned into some evil creature, and obviously Larry being the hero, he just attacked, without any thought, and yeah, he was pretty scarred up with void magic. I got him looking nice and pretty before I brought him back, but yeah, he didn't make it out in the end.
huh?
He was
Must
scarred
have-
up though before.
He must
Kind
have
of
gotten-
described the markings.
Yeah, you must have really taken a lot of void magic. I've never even heard of a spell like you're describing. This might be a little bit out of my depth.
Card Sharp is going to.
Is there nothing we can do for him?
Son is going to reluctantly walk over. Can Card Sharp try and absorb?
Wait,
the
one
magic
second.
out of
Cynical,
Larry?
are you away from? Do you have like your mic pushed up or something?
Oh
You're a
my
little
god, I
quiet.
forgot that I had that because I was drinking something.
Okay, I wanted to.
Okay.
Because you were a little quiet.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Can Card Sharp reluctantly walk up and see if he can absorb the void magic? He is like a void magic user. If it'll get him to shut up about the lobster.
Okay, for
I'll never
for
shut
the
up
sake
about
of
the
you not
lobster.
burning more good cards, I am gonna say that the void magic was definitely healed when the void magic is gone from him, but whatever the void magic did really kind of messed him up.
Never mind.
So what
And
you're
Raz
saying
Raz just kind of turns and he's just like, well, I mean, what about those goons in the temple? Morelia just kind of she sort of has a very sort of disdainful look on her face, and she just goes, I I mean, I guess I can't deny that there are stronger spirit mages there than me, but I don't know.
Why
It's up
don't
to
we-
you guys if you want to deal with them.
Cartrip calls from the table he's sitting at and goes, "Why don't we just throw it in a pot and call it a day?"
You monster! Oh, I look back to the other two and I say, anything we can do to save Larry.
Well, I mean,
Save our lives. It's the least we could do.
We gotta
there's
pay
a
him.
there's a temple. Merelia just kind of like she just kind of like sort of like looking very sort of like she doesn't like talking about these people. Just like, well, there's a temple to the goddess sort of in the middle of the city. It's one of the bigger ones in the kingdom, as far as I know. It's, well,
Okay.
they're interesting folk, and we don't get along very well. But there's some very, very strong spirit mages there.
Cartrip's gonna walk back up to the group. He's going to take Larry's body and be like, "If we get this over with, will you shut up about it?"
Yes, this is the most important quest I've ever ventured upon.
And then you never ask for anything this absurd ever again in our time together.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, as long as no more lobsters save our lives.
Fine.
Yes. I turn to the two and wink.
Cartrip pockets Larry and heads to the surface.
Dude, you pocketed my lobster, dude?
He's already gone.
Alright, whatever. Okay, let's go. Let's save Larry.
So
Are you guys
know where
are
to
you guys
go.
all gonna leave?
No,
Does
not
Raz have
yet.
something to say?
I'm not actually gonna leave, but yeah. But like, I'm saying this is where we need to go next. To the party at large.
All right. Well, it sounded like Cardsharp was already walking away.
He's still in if Raz has something important to say.
Raz is just kind of waiting for you guys to finish. Well, hey, you know, I always said, well, I'm glad we got that all sorted out. Now, as I always say, the greatest wealth anyone could receive is knowledge, and, we totally just gave you, like, a ton of it. So, like, we're square, right?
Is that your excuse for not being able to actually pay us?
I mean, I feel like saving a friend's life is worth a lot more than money.
Now, you know what is probably worth a lot of money is this very cool flail I picked up that could be yours.
Give me a charm persuasion to sell him a flail.
I gotta pee real quick, I'll be back.
Persuasion. And healthy. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah! This is gonna
I
look.
knew you might take a
This
liking.
is gonna look fucking sick on my wall. How much for it, man?
Well, I mean, he was a pretty tough opponent. I'm not sure what the like value of the money is. But
Guess I'll. Yeah, I guess I'll decide for that based on the number of successes, which was 7, I think.
5,
6.
6.
Wait, no, 6. Still a lot.
Yeah.
Let's say. Let's say he's like. How's about I don't know, man. We're a little strapped, but I can give you 5 gold out of my own pockets.
have hard bargain, but you know what? We're square.
Out
I'll
of
give it
character,
to you.
how much is that a lot?
Well, it doubled my gold.
Sick.
I'm gonna say, remove the flail and add 5 gold
Yeah.
from your inventory.
I've still got that knife for just in case.
Oh man, this sounds like it's been a pretty cool deal.
Agreed.
Aside from the death of my lobster, it's been pretty all right.
Yeah, that. I guess we'll wait and see how that one pans out. But
Yeah, I mean, you know, it seems kind of strange, you know, that we're not getting paid for the job. But I'm more worried about Larry right now than anything else.
If Raz has nothing left to say, Card Sharp will already be heading for the surface.
I'm of course
Yeah.
following Card Sharp because he has my lobster.
well, I suppose we shouldn't leave those two on their own.
All right.
Let's roll.
So I'm gonna say that you guys make your way out and you get back into the sort of city proper.
Dingle's just sad we left the sewer because he doesn't want to change the music.
That's fine.
It is good music.
So you guys are now back in the city. And you sort of and you just kind of like you make your way over to the temple, following the directions that you were given by Morelia,
Sweet.
until eventually you just get to this huge ornate looking building with like a very with a very prominent sort of like just sort of statue coming like sort of like built into the front of it, of just like a woman with her like with outstretched arms that Pikachu you remember bears a pretty shockingly close likeness to the goddess as you saw her when you Miraca and
Oh yeah.
Amadeus had your near-death experience.
What?
Yeah.
I did not get that far.
Card Sharp is gonna walk into the temple, and does he immediately see like a servant or a mage or whatever?
As you guys walk in, you see kind of like just you walk in and there's sort of like a there's kind of like a main sort of foyer with like 2 large double doors in the back, and you can see just you can see just a man in like a man in like a white robe with like gold accents is just sort of just standing there, just sort of like tending to various things around the room.
Card
And he
Sharp
sees-
is gonna
Yeah,
call
he
out.
sees you guys come in.
You there?
We need your help.
Oh, Yes, what is it?
Card Sharp is going to abruptly, lightly toss Larry's body to the man, hoping he catches it. And as he's tossing it, he says, "My friend won't shut up until you revive his pet lobster. Is this possible or not?"
He's not a pet. He's a friend.
Wow.
The man does catch
Nice.
the man with the man is surprising has for a man of what seems to be somewhat older in age, his reflexes are surprisingly quick as he catches the lobster and he's like, "I'm sorry, did you what you came here for healing of a lobster?"
My
Stop
friend
for
won't shut
saving
up
my
until-
life. Saved
it
all our
possible or
lives,
not?
mind you, Card Sharp.
Please.
You ungrateful bastard.
I don't care.
I beg your pardon. Is this some sort of practical joke?
I really wish it was, sir, but it's not.
It's a hero lobster, sir.
Please, for the love of God, just could you produce something? If not, I'm gonna toss this in a pot later.
You will do no such thing, Card Sharp.
Captain will kind of try to shush the other two as he walks up and greets himself. Pardon my friends here, but my name's William, and this lobster means a lot to my friend Thorben here.
I wave.
Now we've tried some conventional methods, but I don't think our spirit magic was quite strong enough. You see, he had quite the run-in with some void monstrosity. So
I beg your pardon, Mr. William. While we do tend to the ill and infirm, this is well, I don't know how to put this delicately.
Do you require monetary payment?
It's not a matter of money, sir. It's a matter of, well, we're rather a busy bunch. I'm not...
How many of the people you treat have saved lives, many lives, in their time? Nobody here deserves treatment more than Larry. I'm appalled that you look at my lobster as if he's some sort of everyday critter. This man here
Card Trapper's gonna wander
is
off,
more
by the
than
way.
any of us could ever be.
He's gonna look around the temple, see if there's anything interesting.
I love this lobster like my own father.
Card Sharp, you see just like... you see just sort of like just a lot of like religious iconography. Mostly...
Can he sneak into the back rooms?
The only real... like the only real like door is like the large double doors that probably leads into like the church proper where they do like sermons and stuff. But however, those doors do fairly shortly open, and you just see like just this very old hunched over man in just these like very grandiose like white, red, and gold robes with just like a very large kind of like religious head honcho-y popish kind of hat. He just sort of like he walks over just sort of like flanked by a couple of what look to be like very sort of like muscular clergymen. And he just goes, My, what is all the ruckus?
Card Sharp sneak past the clergyman and the Pope.
I wouldn't call him a pope. I just don't know how else to describe like a cool religious hat.
Oh, okay, I don't know, the pastor, whatever.
It's like a mitre, isn't it?
Can he sneak past them, because he's really curious if this church is hiding anything?
Oh. Give me agility sneaking. Keep in mind, this is gonna need to be a pretty good flip to just sneak past a room full of people.
Never mind. I was hoping that Joker wouldn't show up that early, but...
Well, it certainly did.
Wait, did you Joker?
Yes,
Yep.
like one Joker,
One
one
and a
success.
Joker.
You like...
Don't be too
You,
rough on me. Don't be too rough on me, please.
Be very rough on him.
You make like a very quick motion to try and dart forward, and one of the very muscular clergymen sort of like just like you feel he moves forward to intercept you, and he sort of like rushes a hand forward, cloaked in spirit magic, that just sends you reeling backwards, while he and the other clergyman guard like pull out like two like very impressive looking ornate maces and just go, "Make no further moves. What were you doing rushing? What were you doing rushing at the high priest like that?"
I was rushing past him. I wanted to be here for afternoon service.
He eyes you very he eyes you very unconvinced. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you took 2 damage from that.
I have
eyes you
no
very-
grievances with your... Wait, what did he call the Pope, man?
High priest.
I have no
That's a good
grievances
name.
with your high priest. I am here simply to observe and sit in on a sermon. Should there be one soon.
I mean, that's charm lying.
Well, I got both jokers out at least.
That is true.
You at least can't spectacularly fuck yourself over. You can
Well,
just
I'm not
make
healthy.
it.
That's right, I'm not healthy. I'll put one back. One I didn't flip. Let's use... Let's see, have I used... I've used a hero
used
point
one.
already. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to keep track of... I make sure not to, you know...
Yeah.
Overextend. I'll use
Don't
another
forget
hero
about
point.
the pin. We always have the pin available if you don't have them written down.
Oh, I have my character sheet open, and I literally like erase them as I use them in like Clip
Yeah,
Studio,
so do I.
and then refill them back at the end of the session.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
just look at the fucking pen.
I'm gonna use a hero point. Okay, 2 successes.
He doesn't really buy it, but he buys it, and he buys it enough to know that you're not lying about not like trying to rush towards the high priest. And he just goes, "We have sermons in the morning. You'll wait until then."
My apologies. I shall return then, henceforth.
So with that, the high priest kind of just, "Well, that's all the excitement I needed for today. Now tell me, what is the reason for the rest of you coming here?"
We need help saving my friend, Larry the Lobster. He's a hero.
A hero lobster.
Indeed.
Oh, that's charming. Tell me, my son, what a great acts of heroism did this brave young crustacean impart?
Well, none of us would be standing here in front of you if it weren't for him.
This lobster saved our lives. He tackled a void monstrosity as it was rearing up to finish us off.
With his soul shackling it to this realm.
We ended it rightly.
The man who met you at the door just sort of like he turns to the high priest and he just sort of goes, My lord, you certainly don't believe this, do you?"
Why would we lie to you about my beloved lobster?
The high priest just sort of like he waves his he sort of like waves the other person off and he just goes, "My son, you should know that no such lies could get past me. I can tell in their hearts that they are telling the truth."
You just hear like Card Sharp in the background go, "Are you kidding me?"
But I must confess I am startled. Your accounts tell tales of a wicked thing. Void magic taken such horrifying shape, it is troublesome, to say the least.
It's becoming more and more common. Found these void acolytes in the previous town we were at.
can't remember if it's been established that we know that he's seen multiple of these things.
I don't believe so. I don't believe Pikachu ever told you guys
I
about
don't
the
think I did.
Connington adventures.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he
why I
has
didn't say
not.
anything. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's just in the back. I'm like, you've seen these things before.
Yeah, no. You guys don't know that, but Pikachu is very well aware of these creatures.
Yeah.
Most troubling indeed. Well, come. I will tend to young Larry.
Thank you. You don't know what kind of service you're doing me right now.
Follow me, my children.
Did you get my message, Dingle?
No, actually. What? Okay, I mean, you can just say that. I mean,
Okay. Instead of going with everyone else, Cardtrap wanders outside to see if he can find a way into the back areas through the outside of the temple.
all right. Okay. So we'll start with that then, because that probably requires more flips. Give me a wit and investigation to
Okay.
look for other ways in once you're outside of the temple.
1 success. Will that be enough?
That's enough to see an open window like very high up.
Can Cardtrap try and do some crazy acrobatic shit?
Yeah.
So
I
we
think I
try.
read
Hmm?
I can certainly try.
Yeah,
What is
give me an agility athletics to try and
I think I got a partly stacked deck. I really hope so. Oh, I'm going to use 2 drive. Should I use a hero point? I've already burned through 2.
I mean, that's up to you.
I'm going to use 1 more hero point. Not 1 more, but another. Ah, shit. Let's try 1 more drive. Okay.
Well, it
2
was stacked
successes.
in some sense of the word.
Damn.
I'm gonna say 2 successes is just enough to kind of, sort of. It's not particularly as graceful as someone like Card Sharp would generally want, but you do just sort of like slowly kind of scale your way up the church walls and sort of make your way inside.
And where is he now?
You're sort of like you're sitting just in sort of like a room in sort of like one of the towers of the temple that looks like it's generally used as sort of like storage for sort of like food and stuff for the priests, as well as like you can tell looking down the stairs further down they have some like a repository with some books and stuff.
He's going to go to the book repository.
All right, I'm gonna say you're gonna make your way down there, and we'll come back to you. But for now, let's go back to the main group.
I've sorry.
No, continue.
I've adopted this token as the Larry token.
Which one?
I was just using it as big head mode for you.
Yeah.
So
The
you
black
guys,
one.
I think aren't there smaller tokens?
There's pin piece. Yeah.
Oh, that's totally a Larry right there. I don't know why you just made it orange. I think it was good as red.
I don't know why I just made it orange. Red's fine.
Lobster colored.
Yeah, I guess he's not cooked.
Not yet.
So you guys make your way. You guys make your way in there, and you just sort of see like the priest directs you to just this like very like this for sort of like very large like this very large like altar that seems to be where like they would give like the sermons at in the church. And he just goes, "My son, if you would please set your friend Larry down upon the altar of the goddess, we can begin."
I carefully lay Larry down and watch with bated breath.
So he takes Larry and he just goes to begin the spell. And as he's doing that, I'm going to say it's sort of a longer spell. And so we're going to cut back to Card Sharp, who you're going to just you sort of make your way carefully down the stairs, and as you're going down, you see two judging by their like white robes with no trim on them, like fairly like novice acolytes of the church, just kind of like discussing something in very hushed tones.
Oh, is this for me?
Yes, this is
Yes.
for you.
Can Card Sharp listen in very carefully?
Yes. Give me wit and sneaking.
Ooh, two things I'm actually decent at. Two successes.
You just you listen in, and you just hear them saying like, so you're sure she'll be coming tonight? Yes, she told me so in a dream. The high priest and the higher up acolytes don't suspect a thing. We'll just simply slip it. We'll simply slip into the medical chambers at night, and none will be the wiser.
Card Sharp is going to slip away before he's noticed.
All right, give me agility sneaking to sort of keep heading down the stairs in such a way that they won't notice you.
Two more successes.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Wait, is my thing frozen? I didn't see you flip. Okay, it was frozen, but now it's up. But now it's better.
Oh, I gotta pee again. I'll be right back. Drink a bunch of water before we started.
All right, I'll wait for Brown because he should probably.
I'll take a
do this.
piece too.
Time to take a piece.
So what happens?
You make your way down the stairs with no trouble at all. I'm gonna say you make it down to kind of like the ground floor. You don't really see anything of much note.
Are there any books? Wasn't there a books or something? Or was that back there?
That's where they were talking.
Oh, shoot. Is there anything here I can look at, investigate?
It's really just a storage tower.
Oh. Damn. Does he see any close by window or any place he can leave without being noticed? Oh wait, is there spare uniforms?
Give me another wit and investigation for
Wit investigation.
you see just sort of like you see kind of like sort of like a dusty robe. It's of the clergy, but it's pretty undecorated. It wouldn't really get you access to most places because
He just wants to get out without any real trouble. Like, he wants to get out of here without any real trouble. And if he's dressed up, he's not gonna,
Yeah.
He's going to
Alright, I'm
put
back.
disguise. He's going to put the disguise on, and
Okay.
nonchalantly make his way to the nearest exit,
You can add
wherever that may
a
be.
well, it's gonna be well. You'll be equipping it as well, but also add to your
Yeah.
add to your useful items.
Yeah, hold on.
Add,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Damn, now he'll be right back. Jeez. Actually, I gotta pee again.
Yeah.
Just piss your pants like Phoenix does.
Jesus Christ.
I knew he wasn't lying about the lobster because he pissed his pants.
Looking back on that clip, that's like the most drunk me logic I could possibly have conjured up.
It was accurate though. I thought
Phoenix wouldn't have lied about pissing on Waltz's chair. Phoenix
Yeah.
wouldn't have told the truth about pissing on Waltz's chair and lied about being the imposter. Like that's nothing.
Phoenix
But in my
fucking
brain, I was
pissing it-
like, that was the most rock solid. Like that was the most rock solid confirmation of all time. August could have killed someone in front of me, and I would have been like, it can't be Phoenix.
Phoenix pissing his
Phoenix.
pants and then correctly sussing out both imposters is just like fucking phenomenal. Just cannot write it.
when that third one when it came up, like when everybody was at the table, like at the button or whatever, I was just like, it was you and Phoenix, and he had already mentioned that he pissed himself. I was like, there's no way August is gonna get this one. Like, he should have tried to put sus on you because there was no way that you weren't gonna vote with Phoenix.
I know.
I was like, I knew it was over when he tried to sus Phoenix. It's like Phoenix is too. He just pissed himself. There's no way he's the imposter. Like,
I mean, it was just in my mind. It was a done deal. It was like Phoenix can't even lie about fucking pissing on Waltz's office chair. He's too far gone at this point. He can't.
it's a very good game. Somebody's cooking onions downstairs. It's like so much. The smell's like wafting out through the whole house.
Wow, Tubby hates zombies.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I can't wait for that copy pasta to come up with you doing friendship speech.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Didn't he get a little bit with the
I don't
What was
remember.
it? What
I don't
was it?
remember. We definitely got something funny with we definitely got something funny from it.
I'll scroll up a little bit, see if I can find it.
I think he's only used it the once, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he used it last session, but I don't think he used it when it wasn't even it wasn't even last session. I think it was the session before that.
On the 11th, the last session.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it this campaign, but bringing it back
no.
now that my boy's back online.
I mean, we've only had like 4 sessions barring this one.
Yeah,
True. Well,
4 sessions
think
without
this
using my
is-
ultimate though.
I think this is the 6th.
Is this a 6?
Okay,
I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
back. I'm
Yeah, I think
sorry.
so.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
All
I got
good.
pulled away.
Hey, don't be sorry that you're back, kid.
So I take the robe.
Yeah. So you can
You okay?
add a novice acolyte's robe to your useful items.
Okay.
It gives +1 to spirit magic.
He's going to.
Kind of breathing into your mic.
Well, just carry up a heavy suitcase up the stairs.
Fair enough.
While running.
Okay. Stop it. Just
He was wall running.
She was falling.
Cartrip's gonna put it on and look for the nearest exit.
I'm gonna say the exit's not far down from where you are. It's sort of
And
just
he's doing
a,
like a thing where he has like his sleeves, like his hands next to each other, so the sleeves look connected to each other.
very unnecessary, but it helps sell it, I guess.
Yeah.
You come out into kind of like the main sort of area, and you probably would get some like odd looks for like very hurriedly coming out of there, but all eyes are kind of focused towards all eyes are sort of focused towards the middle of the room, where the high priest is just like the high priest is just like bathed at this point in like an almost blinding amount of spirit magic. And he just sort of like, and it's just sort of like he's channeling it into Larry, who's now like slightly levitating over the altar.
I was trying to find the word myself.
And after a brief moment, he sort of he lowers him, and the priest just sort of like slowly the high priest just gradually kind of like lowers the magic around him and just goes, "I have done all that I can."
No, the characters notice, but but just in the background, like Cartrip just like super like unimpressed. All this effort's being used on Larry.
I like leaning.
You're not near me. He's just making a very like.
No, I wasn't talking about you.
But yeah, no, he just has like the most like blank like, are you shitting me look while he's wearing these robes as he leaves like the exit.
I lean in close to the altar. I whisper, "Larry? Are you there, Larry?" I like kind of touch him a little bit.
Larry kind of like sort of like twitches for a moment and then just sort of goes still again. And every now and again he kind of like twitches a little bit and just goes, and the high priest just with like a very somber expression on his face just, I have not seen a corruption this heavy in many, many years.
Is there anything? Sorry.
I fear there is but one thing you could do to help your compatriot.
What is it? Anything? Anything!
There is a spring in the mountains north that is said to flow with the tears of the goddess herself. I have seen many a miracle performed in that hallowed spring, but the journey is long and treacherous.
For Larry, it must be made.
I'm sure we could snag some goddess tears too while we're there. That's sure price.
Perhaps. As long as you have motivation to follow me. Anything. I pick up Larry. I caress him slightly. We will save you, my friend.
Cartrip is gonna leave
You
the
can
entire
add
temple.
you can add
lobster corpse.
I already had
you can change Larry to partially healed Larry. He does every now and again sort of twitch as if there's some vestige of life in him now, but he's still mostly unresponsive.
I added twitching Larry to my non-useful items. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Also, thank you.
So, Card Sharp.
He left through the front entrance before he could be seen.
Yeah. No. You are giving me a present sneaking. If you want to leave without being seen. +1 because you're wearing the disguise.
Oh, nice.
+1, but this isn't a force magic flip. What the heck?
What the heck?
2 successes. Fuck yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
just kind
getting-
of you just kind of blend in among the other sort of like among the other priests who are sort of like looking onwards in awe at like the high priest's spirit magic and just sort of make your way out.
Yeah, it's more like that, but you also like there's a very faint like excuse me.
Wait, are they looking in? Are they looking on in awe, like they're surprised, or are they looking on in awe because he's helping my lobster?
No, they're looking on an awe
They're-
because they
they're
fucking
sort
tried
of
to
like-
resurrect a
they're-
fucking lobster.
I mean, these are all. I mean, you have to. These are all people who are like very devout members of sort of like the main religion, and they just saw basically like the biggest member of the religion in this part of the kingdom just cast like a super powerful spell. So they're like amazed. They don't even care what it was on. They just like seeing that level of like divine magic is just like. They're just all the acolytes and like young priests are just like shocked. This is very clearly not the type of thing the high priest does often, but he was moved by you guys.
Word up. I'm gonna ask him. You know, I've already picked up Larry. I'm getting ready to start the journey, but I'm gonna ask him: is there anything we can do for you, or I can do for you? In recompense for this great thing you've done for me and my friend Larry.
All I ask is that you walk in the light of the goddess always. Of
Thank-
course, a donation is always accepted.
I'm gonna give him all my money.
That's not as much as it might be. How much does he have?
3 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say we all started with 5.
Yeah, we all started with 5, and Brown definitely spent the most of his early on.
Yeah, I definitely it got rough in the bar, basically, monetarily wise.
Well, yeah, you wanted to buy like a whole keg of one of her drinks, and then tried to barter the price down and joke her.
It was great. It was good. Anyways, yeah, I give him my 3 gold pieces. And I bow. I do a little bow and I get out of there.
Ah, may the goddess bless you, my child, and may she bless you all. The high priest kind of like he looks and he just sort of blinks his eyes and he's like, "Ah, pray tell, where did your quick-footed friend go?"
Good question.
Kinda does his own thing.
He's probably sneaking around here somewhere.
The high priest's guards kind of like shoot a look and just go, "That had better not be the case."
It's like good-natured sneaking, just walking around without drawing any attention. Not like real sneaking. You know what I mean? Think.
They don't, but they trust you, so they kind of back off.
We'll make sure he doesn't get in any trouble. Thank you again, and I'm gonna just get the fuck out of there
All right.
and head towards the mountains, I guess.
Card Trapper's gonna intercept everyone at the entrance, but they'll notice he's still wearing the robe.
Where'd you get that sharp robe?
Hold on. We have to stay in town one more night. Put all the other plans you've had aside. I overheard some of the acolytes talking. That seems like something I don't know, sinister is going to go down in the medical center at this at this church tonight, and it seems like it's being done without the high priest's permission. So we should probably take care of that, because if any more innocent lives are lost, I won't have it.
Well,
How fast can we send them now?
I mean, what did you really hear?
Something about a woman. They used the term she.
Mm-hmm.
They said she will be arriving tonight, and then we can finally take care of. Wait, what was the exact words? It was just a while ago. So while I have shitty memory, what did I hear, Dingle?
It was a bit. It was a bit obscure. It was mainly just they mentioned a woman, and they mentioned something about like sneaking into the they mentioned something about sneaking into the sort of like infirmary where kind of like the sick and injured are being kept.
There was something about the high priest. I forgot what the term we were using.
They didn't give any specifics, but they just sort of said they basically just were
It's
the
like
one was assuring the other that no one else in authority knew about what was going on.
They're going. Okay, let me rephrase it because something about going behind the church's back to do something in the medical facility. I don't know who they're summoning. If it's like a person that's actually in town, or if they're going to use some sort of ritual to summon someone, but it looks like it's not being done. Looks like it's being done under the table, and that could be bad if it's done in the facility where ailing people are trying to recover.
Well, Card Sharp, I'm particularly partial towards saving my dear friend here, but it sounds like with the information that you've gathered, we could just go in there and let them know what's up.
How do you explain getting this information?
I'll go in by myself and tell them what you did. Honesty's the best policy.
No, Cartrip is going to grab Thorben by the scruff of his coat.
Well, I mean, if you didn't have any malicious intentions in there, you said you could tell if you're lying. So just
I
walk
snuck into the storage room. That's where I stole this robe.
Yeah,
I guess
but
you did commit theft.
if one bad thing, leads to a much better, if you're stopping a bad thing because you did a bad thing, I'm sure they'll understand, right?
Can't someone go in there and leave an anonymous tip or something?
Okay, yeah. Write down what you heard. On this piece, I hand him a piece of paper and a pen.
Oh god.
And I get an arrow out.
No, just an ink-dipped arrow.
Oh, yeah. I hand him a piece of paper and an arrow with some ink on it.
I want to go like I know with Thorben's character. I think we go full bore. You give him an arrow with a blank note on it and an arrow dipped in ink.
Yes. Yeah. And I also pull out an arrow that has that just says Thorben.
I don't know.
It's like a stamp.
No, we're not. That's not anonymous.
No, I'll stamp my name on it so they know it's from a reliable source.
Don't fire an arrow into the church.
Listen, they're definitely gonna look at it. It'll catch eyes, okay? And then we can just dip. They're not gonna, we're all the way over here. I'll shoot it in there. We get out of here. Everything works out. I kind of nudged Card Sharp with my elbow.
We're coming back to this temple at night.
Well, I guess we don't want anything to happen before we can get Larry healed up.
Larry's not going anywhere. There are real lives at stake here.
There's Larry's life at stake here.
Exactly.
He's dead. He can stay dead for an extra day.
I'm just wondering why we can't give them the information right now. You're saying we have to stay around, that we're going to have to sneak back into the temple tonight. I mean, we could just solve this right now. I think you're letting your curiosity get the best of you.
How dare you?
You threw my lobster earlier, buddy. I know you don't like Larry very much, but I'm going to save him, goddammit.
Card Sharp is going to walk off, and he'll return later in the evening. No one else does, and
You
no
walked
one else
off,
does.
dude?
He did. He walked off in a way where the coat kind of like almost whips into Thorbin's face. Like a very like huffed sort of.
I kind of okay. Well, if he, I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I don't really react to it very much. But I'm gonna look over to the other two party members and with the note and pen arrow in my hand and say, "You guys don't mind if I just like, real quick?"
I mean, yeah, sure. I guess we don't want anything to happen to that high priest fellow while we're.
Oh, that guy's a homie. What about you, Pikachu? What do you think? You think I should just kind of should I wait? You know, I feel like I don't want to make this decision by myself.
I mean, do it if you want.
I'm gonna write what Cynical told me, or what Cardtrap told me on the paper. I'm gonna stamp it with the the good old Thorbin Stringley stamp. And I'm just gonna shoot it through the doors. kind of just hope it gets where it needs to go.
Let's say this is
Range persuasion?
let's just blanket
I
it
don't
as
know.
like intelligence ranged,
Yeah.
because you're sort of like writing a note.
Yeah.
Writing is intelligence, or at least that's what I like to tell myself.
As you're writing things. God,
Yeah.
there's too many cards. Or maybe it was just enough.
Nice.
Just enough cards.
3 successes. Thank you for the assist.
Anytime.
All right. So yeah, so what exactly are you writing on the note? Are you writing like just what Card Sharp told you, or are you also writing like stuff about like what Card Sharp is planning to do?
I'm just giving them the information, like something. I'll be like, an anonymous source has informed me that this and that is going to go down, and the people who or something is going to go down in this particular area, and like any information about the people I have, but I'm not going to say anything about Card Sharp now. Signed
Okay.
Thorbin Stringley. P.S. Thanks for helping my lobster.
All right.
You send your prayers.
Yes, I put a prayer emoji at the end.
Okay. You find a you find kind of like a gap in sort of the double doors, which sort of haven't been closed yet, and all the sort of commotion that was going on. And you just sort of thread the needle, shoot that arrow like right through there.
That ought to warn him. I start heading off after Card Sharp, I guess.
All right. So you guys are heading back. You guys are heading towards Card Sharp.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we need to get the party together before we start adventuring,
Yeah, don't worry. We took care of it. They know. Well,
I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm gonna say. So Card Sharp, you're sort of like. So, what direction are you sort of going, like in general?
Just
Is it-
any direction. He's
All right. I guess it
kind
doesn't
of ticked at the party.
doesn't necessarily matter then, but like after a while you kind of hear footsteps sort of approaching you from behind, as the other party who's like finally sort of like found you is like trying to catch up to you.
Card Sharp, wait up!
Card Sharp keeps walking and doesn't stop.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna try to speed up, try to get behind him a little bit.
I'm gonna say unless Cynical wants to specifically say he's quickening his pace to avoid them, then you guys are just gonna naturally catch up because you're
He's
sort
just
of
apathetically
briskly. You're sort of
walking.
like briskly running towards him.
Yeah,
He's apathetically walking, not actively trying to leave, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Like,
Hey, listen. Card Sharp, I'm sorry we had a bit of a disagreement there. I definitely did inform the temple of what's going down. So you can stick around if you want. And I know this is you're not really so excited about the lobster thing, but it means a lot to me, Card Sharp. It means a lot to me.
Well, you know what means a lot to me? Finding more about how the city is run. That's why I came here, and that's why I agreed to lend my services. It's a give and take relationship. It's not all give.
Yeah, and that
I have done.
bastard took Larry's life.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care about that. First, you get me roped in with some idiots living in the sewers. We head back to a manor. We burn the place down, and then you waste my day by caring so much about that lobster.
Well,
And now you won't even stay an extra night to help me see if something is truly wrong with the church.
but Larry, he's only got so much time, Larry's only got so much time. The church, they can deal with their own problems, and I would say that
But what if they can't? What if it's something truly serious? What if it's something that can't be done with some...
The four of us are going to be able to stop whatever this is, as opposed to the entire church and whatever guards are in the city. You know what I mean? I feel like they're much more, well, they get paid a lot more to deal with these kind of things than we do,
The guards get knocked over like a house of cards the second you sneeze in their direction.
I don't know about that. We've only ever outnumbered them.
All right.
Listen, Card Sharp, we'll stay for the night, but when this is over, we have to go save Larry. Is it a deal?
Fine.
All right, I put my hand out.
Card Trip just sort of looks at him.
I let go of the hand arrow that I was hiding in my sleeve, and the hand falls on the ground.
All right. I'm gonna say, time passes. Let's say, I mean, we've been it's sort of been going on for we've been going through this for like some time. It's got to be getting to close to nightfall by now.
Card Trip is gonna return right as the sun is setting with the robe on. See if he has like an easy in.
I'll keep watch out front.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of you,
any
but
of those for us?
no.
I mean, maybe just turn your Arcana class ones inside out. Are they like a similar color at all?
I assume one's white.
No,
and
they're
one's,
just
like, black.
They're just like solid black robes.
Okay, well,
I mean, if you turn them inside out, you will at least you will at least have the you will at least not have the Arcana clashed markings on them, but
Yeah.
they won't look at all like sort of a religious robe.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stay outside. I'll just like try to keep a watch on the door, maybe from like across the street or something. Somewhere dark I can hide.
Yeah. So,
William, what about
I'm-
your ability to shapeshift? Do you think you could shapeshift into just sort of a generic alkalite?
I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you.
Okay.
You guys have never actually seen that. He shapeshifted into Captain and shapeshifted out while you guys were all still
okay.
hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I totally forgot. Oh. How about William, how about you pretend to own Pikachu as a pet, and you're bringing them in, you found them on the street, and we're heading to the medical center to see if he can be looked at.
Hey. How about
seems a
he
little-
pretends to be my pet?
Work it out amongst you.
We were just in here earlier.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
They'd probably recognize Pikachu, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess best we can do without like actually breaking in is probably keeping watch.
Fine. I'm going to go in. If anything goes, if it looks like something's going
Give us a
really
signal.
badly, then just run in. The signal. I don't.
Actually, I'll hand him an arrow with a glass bulb at the end of it. I'll say this is my shouting arrow. Okay, if anything goes wrong, just break this glass. We'll hear it.
Cartrop is going to pocket the arrow for later.
All right. Add one shouting arrow to your non-useful items.
All right, I'm off. I'll see you all later. And Cartrop's going to head in, pretending like he's coming in for the day. You know, does the rope have like a hood?
Let's say it has a hood.
He
I
puts
feel
it
like
over.
I feel like these types of robes should have hoods.
He puts the hood over, so definitely his face can't be recognized.
Okay. So you kind of like you head up to the. You head up sort of to where the.
He's trying to.
You know.
Yeah.
You head up to the temple, and you can sort of tell that like while the door is still open, they're like definitely like closing up for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, you see that thankfully inside the attendant that's sort of standing minding the kind of like main entrance foyer is not the same person as from this afternoon.
Cartrop sort of gives sort of like a bow, polite bow, and walks on through.
He puts a hand and he just goes, "Hold, son. It's awful late for you to be about the town. Where have you been?"
I apologize about that. I was out collecting donations, and I seem to have lost track of time.
He kind of he just sort of sighs and he just goes, You know that novice acolytes such as yourself need to be back before nightfall for your tutelage. But I suppose if you are doing charitable work for the church, that was fine. Please. And he kind of he sort of hands you like a small wooden box. You can deposit the donations you've collected here.
He posits in 2 gold and one of the rings that he stole from Lord Brighton.
It would appear the townsfolk were very generous today. The goddess is smiling on us.
Of course, there was nothing better than service of the church.
Also, I should have made you flip lying, but since you gave up 2 gold and a ring, you don't have to.
Yeah. Plus, I have the hoodie. I get a little.
I mean, it was still a lie.
Like-
You
like
objectively should have
donation.
flipped lying there, but you
Listen.
you lost resources, so we'll treat that as a flip.
Card Sharp
Just pay
Is
Dingle
the-
and you win your flips.
is the master of disguise, Dingle. He is
That's
like
not a
Mr.
Become another person. Become another person.
Turtle. Turtle.
Oh man, did you guys ever hear that rumor that they shot the Turtle Club scene on 9/11?
No, that happened.
Yes, I
happened.
have heard that. I don't really hear much about it.
I've never found it, but the urban legend is that there is somewhere a photo of fucking him in like the turtle outfit suit, like
Dana
hanging his head.
Carvey in the
like-
turtle outfit suit.
Yeah, like Dana Carvey, like in the turtle outfit suit, like sort of like hanging his head, like very somberly because they just got news of 9/11 attacks.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
probably fake because I've never been able to find that photo, but that's the urban
I
myth.
choose to believe it's real. That's my personal belief.
It would be too good to be true. I choose not to believe it unless I'm able to find that photo because that's just too perfect.
So yeah, Card Sharp will he's going. Yeah, Card Sharp is going to walk past once he's done with unless that guy still has stuff to say.
No, he just kind of he sort of just like, very well, child. Please head downstairs. The other novice acolytes are no doubt waiting for you for the lesson to begin.
Of course. Have yourself a pleasant evening. May the goddess smile upon you.
And you as well.
As Karchuk rounds the corner, he does like the pulling on his collar because it's like he's sweating from like pressure. And he is going to see if he can find his way to where the other acolytes are. Actually, he is going to see if he can make a detour to the medical center.
Yeah, give me... We usually do intelligence streetwise for these kinds of flips to sort of...
This doesn't work, I have another idea.
Inherently find your way around the church.
Wait, do I have streetwise? I do have streetwise. This is the first character I have that has streetwise, so I wasn't sure.
Nice.
1 success. I don't feel like burning another hero point or my last drive just in case.
I mean, that's up to you.
Okay, it's already 7:30. You know what? Wait, the jokers are back in the deck, so I'm kind of nervous. So if one's good enough, then I'll take it, Dingle.
I will pull back the curtain. I will pull back the curtain and say that one will be enough to eventually find your way there, but you will have to lie your way out of something again.
Okay, I'm gonna use one last hero. Not one last. I still have 2 left. Hero point. Oh fuck me. Okay, last drive. Fuck me. Never mind. All right, fuck it. Not good. Not good. Not good. Well, at least I got those cards out of the way, out of the lying.
So
rolls.
You kind of like you wander around aimlessly for a good bit, and then when you eventually find your way to roughly where the where these kind of where the
Card Sharp is going to, before he sees anyone, he's going to take out his dagger and slash across his own hand. Can you do that for 1 health point?
Yeah, if you're willing to take 1 damage, I won't make you flip for it.
Okay. And yeah, and he's gonna hide the dagger back, and he's gonna kind of hold it as if he is writhing in pain, and he's gonna walk towards where he thinks stuff might be.
Yeah, you eventually find what seems to be the way to the medical facility, but as you're kind of but as you're sort of walking there, you hear sort of you see sort of like one of the more built kind of like sort of sort of like guardsman clerics just sort of approach you, just kind of like, hold. Where are you just wandering around at this time of night?
Evening, cleric. I seem to have taken a bad stumble, and he will open up his hand. He has been kind of playing with his like hand as he's been walking to kind of get the blood flowing out of it like profusely. Not profusely, but more than it should actually be. I took a bad slip, and I was just heading to the medical center.
Give me presence lying +2.
I'm sweating, lads.
We don't see the hubris come to play. Yeah. All right.
2 success. I am terrified. We still have the anti-Joker, thankfully.
You do still have the anti-Joker.
2 successes.
And he looks. Gods, you novices. That looks bad. You better make your way to the infirmary. Well, it's packed tonight, but I'm sure someone will be able to treat you.
Thank you, cleric. May the goddess smile upon you.
And you as well. Looks like you'll need it. And he just sort of like huffs away.
Card-Sharp's acting chops are on point tonight.
So you eventually make it to the infirmary. And as it's as the guard said, it's like there's not a lot of spare beds in here tonight, it looks like. Seems that they've been treating quite a number of people.
He's going to walk in. Does he recognize the people that he is he going to does he recognize the people that he saw talking earlier? I know they were all fucking acolytes, so this is probably a long shot.
I like their voice.
No, not among like the injured or among the medical staff. If they were wearing the same types of novice robes that you have on as a disguise right now. So if their goal is to keep up appearances, they're probably with the other novices in sort of their bed chambers.
Okay.
At least for the moment.
Card Sharp is gonna walk in with the gash on full display.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. I know that we're terribly busy tonight, but is there anyone of a higher ranking than mine that could help me treat my my wound that I suffered this evening?
An older woman with sort of
Oh, and
with,
Card Sharp's playing it up, by the way. Like that like that sleeve has like blood drippings on it now. Like he's been
Okay.
playing it up.
An older woman with kind of symbology that makes it immediately apparent that she's like one of the healers of the church. Just sort of sees him just like, oh, you poor thing. Please, find we're very short-staffed at the moment, but here, let me bandage you up. And
Thank
she
you.
quickly like applies some bandages to sort of help stop the bleeding, and does like a very quick but mostly ineffective in terms of like stopping the pain, at least spirit magic spell to kind of slow the blood loss.
Do I not get any health back?
No, not for this.
Shit balls.
And she's just like, please, that's all I can do for right now. I have more urgent people to attend to, but
Of course.
if you would just find an empty bed and just wait for a while.
Oh, that sounds lovely. May the goddess smile upon you.
And you as well, child.
Card Sharp is going to lay down on a bed and fake sleep, hoping that the two what you call it show up eventually.
Okay. Yeah, so after a while, you fake sleep. There's sort of like a bit of a commotion for like some time, but then after a while, when everyone seems to be stable, they kind of like the medical staff more or less sort of like packs up for the day. And after maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, you hear like very soft footsteps approach as the two as the two acolytes from before just kind of come in and just go, this was easier than I expected. Don't say that yet. Don't say that yet. She hasn't gotten here yet. She said she would arrive. She said she would be here when we got here. And sort of almost immediately after he says that, you hear this voice that's just sort of like almost like unnaturally like soothing, just sort of speak out. Please, my children, I am here for you. And you kind of like crack an eye to see a woman in like a similar robe and mask to the person you saw in like Lord Bright's manor, sort of similarly to that man, kind of almost like step out of the darkness. You have done well to come here. Pray tell, were you followed? No, of course not. Very good, very good. This. She looks around. She just goes.
Card Sharp closes his eyes, not like in an obvious way, but he's sort of he's had it like half open, and then just closes it without moving.
Wonderful. These will all make beautiful vessels. They're just as you described. But we cannot take them from here with the goddess's blessings, with the fake goddess's blessings. Please, I know you are but new members of the... Surely you can help me dispel it. And they they immediately just sort of get to work and sort of like cloak their hands in spirit magic. And she just sort of cloaks her hands in just this sort of like pitch black, like inky void magic. And suddenly the room feels noticeably colder as kind of like whatever magic, whatever sort of spirit magic presence was in here just gradually fades.
Cynical.
Yeah. At this point, Card Sharper's gonna fucking raise up like Nosferatu. So you've managed to put us in a meat locker, and you were planning to sacrifice all these... You're similar to the nonce that I met just a while ago. I assume you're part of the same cult. And you two should be ashamed of yourselves. You went to Sunday school and you don't have any manners. It's not nice to treat people like vessels, meat, so to speak. And Cardsharp will dramatically throw off his acolyte robe, revealing who he really is, which none of them are going to recognize, but he still did it anyway. And as extra intimidation, he summons Dagonet behind him in a way so the air pulsates around him with like a void fire kind of like...
Okay.
Very cynical.
I'm gonna say so. The two novice acolytes just sort of like jump back and they're just like, "What? But that's impossible. We
Guess
did."
what, idiots? You were followed. And Cardsharp has like the smuggest grin on his face.
And the woman kind of just rests her hands on their shoulders and she just goes, "Please, be at peace, children. And you, may I ask your name?"
The name, I am the one and only dashing Harlequin rogue who goes only by Cardsharp.
Ah, a wonderful name. Pray tell, why have you sought us out?
Because
Do you wish to aid our noble cause?
No. I am here because there are kingdoms full of corruption. And you know what they say about church and state. They should be separated, but they're often closer than you'd imagine. And plus, I can't let innocent people become vessels. I've already seen what happens when someone becomes a vessel.
She just sort of, keeping the same tone, she's just sort of like, one so attuned with the Father's magic should be used for a higher purpose.
What are you talking about?
Here, I shall help you. I shall help the answers illuminate themselves to you. And she kind of like reaches a hand out, and you sort of feel that like you feel that cold electric shock again. Just sort of go through your body, and it's kind of like it's much sort of like stronger and much more kind of aggressive this time. And once it subsides, you feel mostly like normal, but you do know. But there is one thing that you definitely notice,
Oh, you're so
and it's that normally when you've summoned Dagonet, you can sort of feel his presence almost as your own. But now you don't feel Dagonet at all. But you do feel a sharp push from behind you.
What? What have you done with my better half? Does
Such a
Dagonet look
wonderful...
any different?
He looks like just like a bit more sort of like the composure he generally has when you're controlling him is kind of gone, and he looks almost sort of like more like wild and like bestial. And the woman just sort of speaks and just is like, such a lovely creature that has bound itself to you. Surely it would be a better teacher of the Father's wisdom than even I. Come now, I shall leave you to it. And she sort of like, she opens kind of like she starts opening like a vortal, and sort of like, it starts sort of like, using like sort of like void magic, just sort of lifts the bodies and starts like sending them inside. I would say this is definitely a dangerous moment.
Card Sharp is going to. He pulls out the arrow and he smashes it against the wall.
A sort of like a violent scream just like rings out. It's like
I
ear,
really
it's like
hope they
almost
heard that.
ear piercing.
Card Sharp, just as he's like closing his ears, like covering up. I really hope they hear that.
Do we hear it?
You guys definitely hear it.
That's our time, boys.
Let's roll.
Guess they're not coming from the front door.
I'm gonna say you guys just sort of like, you guys rush in and no one really tries to stop you because hearing that sound kind of like has put everyone into sort of a tizzy.
Everybody heard it though, right?
Yeah. Oh, you guys heard it from outside.
Talk about a rude awakening.
And you sort of like you run in and you just sort of see you see Dagonet like standing menacingly over Card Sharp, while the sort of like black robed woman in the middle is kind of like sort of channeling a void portal and like slowly starting to like bring bodies into it, while two men in white robes just kind of like look on in like abject horror.
Card Sharp is going to kind of like, please, she's done something to Dagonet.
I'm gonna use Dispel Magic arrow on the portal.
Give me ranged and force.
And I get an extra one because of the robe, right?
Yeah.
The Arcana class book.
Yes, you do.
Force, healthy,
Talk about hubris.
eccentric. Talk about fucking hubris, dude.
This is a big money hubris. Yeah.
Ooh.
Anti-Joker?
Sure, I mean, yeah.
What Joker, boys? What Joker? Gonna bury that one right there.
All right, so that's 3 successes.
We're at the end of the session anyway.
We're getting we're definitely mostly at the end of the session.
I do want to get one more one-liner in. Then.
So you shoot an arrow and it kind of like, in a sort of like burst of mana, like destabilizes the portal and like prevents her from bringing things in. And she just sort of like looks to your direction and just sort of like, with a very unfazed and still very sort of soothing tone to her voice, just goes, "Ah, I see. More lost children have arrived. Pray tell, are you a compatriot of this one?"
Yeah, we're friends. And you know what? It's closing time.
Flip a card for me.
Fuck.
She doesn't respond to it at all. Well, I suppose that all will see the light eventually, and if you are one of his, then perhaps it is your time to as well. And she kind of like she motions to the she motions to the two she motions to the two like acolytes, and she just goes, "Come, my children, it is time for you to fulfill your destiny." And as they sort of like they sort of like almost like just like robotically just listen to her voice and just sort of like present themselves before her and just sort of like lean their heads forward, and don't struggle at all as masks are affixed to them. And so the two new void shades that were just created kind of like turn towards you guys and sort of flank either side of Dagonet.
Great.
And it looks like you guys are gonna have a bit of a void magic battle in the church next time on RPG.
Hell yeah!
I can Card Sharp get one last thing in.
Okay,
It's like a.
you're gonna have to flip for it. So I hope
It's
you
not a
feel lucky.
catchphrase,
I
but
hope you feel lucky. You said a one-liner.
okay, I guess, but it's not like catchphrasey.
Out with
It's
it.
more Card Sharp Card Sharp turns around to face Dagonet, and he goes, "You are another me. You will follow my command, Dagonet."
You cut off for me.
Oh, he goes. He turns around to Dagonet, and he goes. "You are literally another part of me. You will follow my command. Stop this at once, Dagonet."
There's no response from Dagonet other than like an unnatural like sort of cry. And
And that's it.
next, yeah,
I wanted to leave it on a cliffhanger. Well, it already was a cliffhanger, but an audible cliffhanger.
sponsored by Audible.com.
Shut the fuck up.
We actually are sponsored by Audible.
Yeah, to our viewers at home.
It's
if,
true. We have an ad read. We have an ad read after this. We're gonna put it in here.
You want to
enter
search
code
the web's
Dingleman
largest
Schmidt
database
to
for
audible.com.
audiobooks? Use the code audible.com/relic to get a free book of your choice and
Right,
10%
you get to
off
keep
your next purchase.
Could you imagine the Space Kings rulebook, but on Audible?
The fuck, dude! Any fucking RPG handbook, but as an audiobook, so you have to like, wait, hold on, guys. I forget what the timestamp is for. Wait, guys, I forget what the timestamp is for this rule.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, I'd take it. It's better than not being able to view it at all currently, unless you backed it.
I've been legitimately I've been considering because like Kevin, like one of the guys at like Super Try, who's like one of like
Yeah.
the main people who worked on the book. He's like pretty active on Twitter and he seems like a really chill dude. I've been considering like DMing him and just being like, "Hey man, if I PayPal'd Super Try or like one of you guys like $25 or whatever the book was, could I
Yeah,
like
I'd
send a
totally
copy
take
of the PDF to one of my friends? Because I have other people who want to do this system and they can't yet."
Yeah, I'd totally be down with like paying for it. There's no way to right now.
I've been legitimately considering. I don't know if that's like a shitty thing to ask though. I don't know if that's like not cool.
Oh, I don't know.
Just
I
ask.
just I really worry that I'd hit some sort of weird faux pas and get like a content creator that I respect a ton to fucking think I'm a douchebag.
Well, I mean, you'd be less of a douchebag if you asked and then didn't do it when he said no than you would be if you just did it without asking.
Yeah, maybe
True.
sometime in the coming week I should look into it.
I mean, you did just tell me it was a PDF. Honestly, if I was you, I would have already given that shit away, dude. I would have been fucking sharing that shit with everybody. But I'm a
That's the
dickhead like that.
That's the thing, man. I just feel like I feel bad about like being part of like pirating this.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
I have a lot of
could dig it,
respect.
dude.
I have a lot of respect for Kevin and the Super Try people. They're like really kick-ass content creators.
Yeah, man. I think
Oh,
you
man.
should ask them if you want to. I doubt they'd get pissy with you or anything.
Yeah, I figure the worst they could say is no, but I'm just fucking neurotic.
Yeah. No,
My
there's
mind
no harm.
immediately jumps to the worst possible scenario of him being like, "How fucking dare you?"
By the way, guys, I'm sorry if I seem like I hogged this out.
No
That was
worries,
good.
dude.
Yeah, I didn't get to do much, but
I mean,
I still had a
he-
lot
he-
of fun listening into
I mean, Card
'cause
Shark definitely had
I
more
really like
motivation to.
I really like the Void lore and finding
Yeah,
out more about them, so it was still cool.
yeah, Card
Yeah,
Shark
that's
definitely had more
yeah.
motivation to like sneak around and all that.
I mean, I think it was an equally card sharp and Thorben focused episode.
For sure.
Yeah,
I
I
need to.
was definitely getting inklings of you folks didn't get to play as much as me.
That's partially my fault. I was very much playing into that because that was a very easy because the whole Larry thing was a very
Yeah.
easy session continuer.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
I will try and work in more ways to flesh out the individual storylines of William and Pikachu. You guys deserve as much.
Did you get my message?
I want to
Dingle?
see what Brown's card that he lent Pikachu is. Nice.
Did you get my
Ah,
message?
dude.
Oh, I stole a success.
Yeah.
I didn't get to
Nice,
use it.
dude. That's a bummer,
Did
dude.
you get my message, Dingle? You don't have to reply.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, basically that was the Joker from earlier in the session.
Oh, well, that is
Was
something
you
new,
you
at
got
least.
kind of like a little bit like you got a little bit of extra void magic in you that they were able to sort of use against you.
Mm.
That makes sense. I didn't even
So
think
it's
about
also the latter then, because it's the former is not happening.
Yeah.
Of the two messages. All right, interesting.
All right. So it's getting
Me,
it's
Mario.
getting very late for our friend Zegend. So let's
Two hero points.
let's go along let's go quicker with the hero points, just so we're not keeping them up all night.
I got mine.
Go for it. Fire away.
Okay, my first hero point goes to William for somehow managing to get the leader of the Arcana class to pay you for the flail. I'm extremely surprised.
Dude, it's a very cool flail. You think they wouldn't want that?
The fact that he paid you is the surprising part.
I mean, of course he paid him.
And
Yeah.
my second one will go to. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'll give it to Foxy.
No, I can't allow you to do that. Foxy is on the hero point list entirely to shame him. I cannot allow you to give him a hero point.
All right, I'll give it to Sid for his sneaky antics.
Sneaky.
Actually, you know what?
Oh,
I take that back, dude. I'm giving it to
Oh,
Pikachu because he didn't get to play.
okay.
No, it's cool, man. It happens.
Okay,
I'd rather go to people who did cool shit rather than like a pity point to me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, I'll keep it for Sim.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to Sim.
Okay.
All right. Segend, you're up next. Who do you want to give some hero points to?
Cynical got to do cool shit this session and didn't seem too impeded by jokers, so that was nice.
Thank you, fucking.
Yeah.
I think hopefully that all that bad karma from last week is gone. I don't mind getting jokers, it's just- No, but
other
also,
than
like,
the
it was a
early
cool
one,
moment.
other than
But
the
also,
early
like,
one that I
moment.
used as like more of a story Joker, you actually
Yeah.
only really the only thing you really did was you got like checked by a cleric.
Which was also funny. At the very least, I'll give it that.
It
But the
was.
funny thing was that he didn't even have to fully lie. He literally he wasn't going after him, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
My second one goes to Brown for having the screaming arrow, which I'm still not fully sure how it works, but I mean it worked.
You scream into the jar and then you cap it before
Oh
it gets
yeah,
out.
makes sense.
I just that's exactly how I pictured it. I pictured it was just a scream that was like magically sealed inside a glass jar, and as soon as that seal is broken, it just fucking rockets out.
Yeah. Well, it worked.
All right.
My other one hasn't gone.
You and Zell have not gone, but you can go first.
Okay. One to Brown for being a good sport and sharing the spotlight in the session. I feel like we had some good character moments. I like the end.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
Out of character, I like what you said about calling Card Sharp your friend. I don't
Dude.
think Card Sharp is going to like argue against it later. Even he's not going to, but it was a nice moment. I liked it.
It's kind of like the
That was definitely like an anime friendship moment.
I could definitely see this becoming a bonding moment.
And
sitting in the hospital room beating the shit out of Void Cultists.
Hell yeah.
and
friendship
second to I don't know who to give it to. I'll give it to Zedge. Zedge is a good lad. I like Fat Pikachu.
He's a good
I like
lad.
I had I liked his rebuttal of William, pretend that Pikachu's your pet and you're bringing him into the observatory.
I thought
love
that was
the
really
rebuttal-
funny.
Yeah.
The rebuttal of, hey, how about he pretends to be my pet? That was absolutely like a good like Pikachu thing to say. That was absolutely
I'm
something in character. I loved
I'm
it.
so glad someone brought that up because I was going to if no one did.
forgot,
That was like
yeah.
one of my favorite lines of the whole session.
I was going to give one to Pikachu just for that.
All right.
It was
Well,
good.
I mean, it's your turn, so that could be your first one.
I mean, I gotta. It was such a good line.
So good. I totally.
And,
Oh my god.
I mean, both Thorben and Card Sharp were both pretty adamant in their ways. But I gotta give it to Thorben for taking the high ground and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll let Larry be dead for another day.
Oh man.
Larry 4, die another day. No, that's not. Wait, no, that wasn't that wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
I don't know. Nobody
That
knows.
was James Bond, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
I actually totally don't remember what Die Another Day is from.
Die Another Day is a 2002 action adventure movie.
But it isn't like
Wasn't that a James Bond movie? Die
Wasn't
Another
it part of
Spy-
a,
It's a spy
wasn't it part of
film
a
in the
series?
James.
Wasn't it like
It's a James Bond movie.
okay, it was James Bond. For some reason, I thought Die Hard.
Die
No, I
Another
mean it does
No,
sound like
no,
a Die Hard
has stuff
movie.
Die Hard has stuff like A Good Day to Die Hard.
Good Day to Die Hard is fantastic. It's
Yeah.
it's such an actually good movie title.
I haven't watched
I've only
any
seen the-
Die Hards besides the
I've
first
seen the
one.
first one. I liked it.
The first one's good. I forget if it's the second one or the third one where it opens up with it opens up with him fucking standing in the middle of the ghetto with like naked wearing
Oh,
a sign.
I've seen that on shit. I've seen that being used as like a.
Yeah, that's like it's such a fucking bizarre scene.
I don't
That
know.
has to
I've
be
only-
Die Hard 3.
Is
I
that
think
one?
it's 3. I'm almost certain it's not 2 because it was at the
Die
very
Hard with
beginning
a
of
Vengeance.
Yeah, it was at the very beginning of the movie, so it couldn't have been 2.
All right. Well, I have to go eat because I've literally been sitting here like for 2 hours with a bag of food.
You should
Oh man, I always eat super early on RPG days.
Oh well, I don't know. I was having so much fun with like Ace Attorney. I lost track of time,
That's fair.
and then I didn't want to eat because I wanted to watch something and eat because I really like doing that.
Yeah.
The worst feeling is when I have a plate of food and I don't have anything that I know I want to watch. I'm just sitting there. I want to watch something.
I feel that 100%. I always try. I always watch something while I eat,
Thankfully,
or listen to a podcast if I'm.
I haven't
if I'm-
listened. I haven't watched any of Vinny's new stuff on the VOD channel today, so I got some stuff to watch at least.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Really quick,
Okay.
and then I'll let you guys go. Who do you want to be anti-Joker?
All right. What about Pikachu? Pikachu hasn't
Pikachu,
been in
yeah.
a while.
Sure.
That
has been
line
in-
alone. No, here's the thing. That line alone has earned him.
It has been a while, just in general. Even without that, it's been a while since Zedrin's been anti-Joker. I feel like.
I know, but I just want to go back. That line was so fucking good.
But
All right.
I thought it was just
I was considering it for a second before I realized, no, we were in there. It probably wouldn't work so well.
for a second, I mean, before he said it, I was thinking to myself, that's a little racist. Just like, that's kind of fucked up.
You know what? When you said that, it was, I thought it made sense that you said that. I was so looking forward to the potential of that being the way you reveal to the party that you had shape-shifting powers. Like, you fucking turned your face into like a dog face, and you were like, no,
Oh,
guys, this could
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I
didn't
have to
even think
forget
that.
that
That'd be
we don't actually
perfect.
know he's a shapeshifter.
We need to. I need to write in a reason for you to reveal that at some point.
Did we
can't
not
believe
see
we've
when
gone like
the
6
captain?
sessions.
Did we not
I've
see
been
when the
trying to think
captain melted
of
away?
ways to, and then I'm
We
just
were
like,
hiding in
oh,
boxes when he did
Oh,
it the first time.
yeah.
You were hiding in boxes when you did it, and he jokered to remove it almost immediately. So you guys
Yeah.
never actually saw the transformation or
This-
him transformed.
That was meant to be the moment, but
Yeah. Like, it was supposed to be like we all popped out, like, oh, your face looks different, but you just fucking.
But then he
changed
double, but then he rolls into the kitchen and double jokers.
yes.
After that, just like immediately after the double
I
crit.
I think it was literally his next flip was a double
Yeah.
joker.
Yeah, it was.
The best part about it was you were like, yeah, they're basically gonna believe like whatever you say when you're in there. You look exactly like the guard captain, and then he fucks it up immediately.
All right, well, I gotta head out, boys.
That's
Alright.
it.
Yeah,
Have a
good
good one.
stuff, guys.
This is
All right.
good shit,
Peace out,
boys.
boys.
And Ace Attorney will
Farewell,
continue at
fellas.
some point too. So
Sick.
Oh, that's a good
Ace
fucking
Attorney
game.
will return in 2021.
Ace returning.
Relic Song RPG.
What?
I don't know.